Whoop. Whoopity doo.
D-Mark got that heat.
Pull up in that Stuart Little. Pull up in that Stuart Little. My willy is really little. It looks like Chicken Little. I be edging, so I only come a biddle. I'm a hungry ghost, you're a hungry ghost too. A slave to an impulse that controls you. Raised by thieves, outlaws, and rogues through the Kali Yuga age where a solitary rose grew. I didn't come up with that. I just recited a lyric I know. The name of the song is slipping my mind, but I'll put it in the description for any people that want to know. Yeah, I did not come up with that. Just keeping it J-real. Here, I got a message. I got, questions. People want to know my infinite knowledge, so that's what this is going to be about. Ignore the first word. I had to take a screenshot, and I must have messed it up. I made it, man. I went from a total loser, ugly, short, picked-on kid to someone with a long-term girlfriend who is all I could ask for and more. Social success, I feel popular with my peers, and I'm well known in my group and the groups adjacent to me, but man, nothing has really changed. It took like 2 years to realize this, but ultimately, since getting a girlfriend, I haven't become a new person, and certainly don't feel like I've won life. Honestly, I still feel like the same suicidal 11-year-old I was like 9 years ago. I don't know, man, this idea gets sold to you that if you end up in a happy relationship, it'll fix you. But I still have all the same hang-ups that I did before. There's some more, but I think I'll just stick with that for now. That's interesting. I found this interesting because it's true. You know, when you're in this situation that I think a lot of guys are in where you're lonely or, you know, you're constantly comparing yourself to people on media, these problems that arise in the postmodern age as a young person, specifically a young man. You think that once you, and you know, with this, ever-growing crisis of lonely men with zero hoes, you think everything will change when you get a girlfriend or when you start porking. And there's no doubt that you know, there's science to confirm it lowers your neuroticism and it does make you happier. But this idea that your problems will be solved and that everything will be all dandy is just false. It's just false. And it's the same with like anything in life, with any goal that you achieve, with any external possession. And what I'm not saying that, because I reject this idea that like it's all in your head, no matter your circumstances, you could be happy, because there's definitely messed up things that can happen to you and you get sad and traumatized and stressed and your body has reactions and it can mess up your life. There's a correlation between, you know, there's a Maslow's hierarchy of needs and having a partner, especially a healthy one. He said everything I could want, right? Especially a healthy relationship, which is especially rare these days. This is an aside, but I mean, getting in a relationship is one thing. Getting in a healthy relationship, not even like, forget about all the lookism stuff. Not even 9 out of 10 Chads and Tyrones, Chad Lights, whatever. Not even that is extremely hard for them. You know, like a Pandora's box has been opened with the politics and stuff of today and social media. It's bad. You know, it's sort of dating and I don't have enough personal experience to say this confidently, but I have a hunch that social media just ruined dating and relationships. And it was already going down for certain socioeconomic reasons that are too base to talk about. Let's read the next message. Number 2. No, that's like this. Okay, let me take a breather. Because I'm going to be reading a lot. Like the same recursive insecure thoughts badger me every time I wake up and every time I go to sleep. I'm definitely a lot happier, as in I smile a lot more and feel hopeful for my future more often. But really, my mind is still a mess. And I really do think that the baggage passed on to you by your parents sticks with you until you die. It shapes your reality for real, for real. I see things through this lens. It feels so asphyxiating, like I'm constantly suffocated by my own demonic internal monologue. I've turned to so much. Psychedelics helped, God helped, talking helped. But at this point, I'm coming to terms with the reality that this way of seeing the world may just be a near permanent fixture of my life now. I feel more hopeful in this than trying to resist it, honestly, because the more you try to run from your mind, the more it has time to become sordid and taciturn and broken under the surface. I don't know those words. I'm going to keep it J real with you. I thought I had infinite knowledge, but I don't know those words. But I do know the answer to your predicament, because Daddy has all the answers. Basically, what you got to do is just be positive. Basically, what you got to do, you just got to go to the gym, bro. You just got to think about it. You just got to keep a positive mind frame. Keep on take cold showers. Do CBD oil. I don't know. Listen to Jordan Peterson, dude. He'll tell you all the answers. Have you not considered listening to Jordan Peterson, you fucking idiot? It's a Nietzschean archetype to salaciously bust a load. Sorry. I'm going to stop. There was one more message before I actually try to talk about it. I'm not going to give an answer. I'm just going to talk about it because I think it's relatable. Okay, I don't have answers. Also, side note, which I think is important, is how much being in a long-term relationship forces you to confront the fact that your head is a mess. All the complexes and doubts and neuroses manifest sooner or later. I don't know why, but I thought that making it would make all the chatter go away. It hasn't, and I don't think it will. I just want to be a healthy, fun, loving son of a gun. But it feels like every step I take, I'm weighed down by my thoughts so much. And it's so fucking obvious reflecting back on it that of course your mind's pitfalls don't just cease to exist. But brother, now I feel just like a really lucky incel after years of brutal, fucked up girl business. Now I just feel desperate to make my brain work so this shit doesn't fall apart, because the game doesn't end when you find the love of your life. It starts and all the hungry ghosts you've collected over your childhood finally get a chance to haunt. Not even bad. I'm just a normal guy on the surface, but I feel that shit bubbling. Just a normal guy on the surface, but I feel that shit bubbling. Yeah. I think it's a bad idea to get this idea that, to get this thought in your mind that any particular thing will make you suddenly happy. It will, but it's not like immediately noticeable. Because as you go through your life, it's always going to be relative. Like, yes, it's pretty much proven that without a relationship, or like fulfilling that third rung of Maslow's hierarchy, you know, personal relationships and sexual relationships, you will be more depressed. But once you get that third rung, it's not going to be immediately noticeable that things have changed, because it's just human psychology, this negativity bias that you have in your brain to always want more. And yeah, it's that whole thing about just the pursuit of happiness, dog. You come to look like this is what everybody does. They make goals, and when they reach them, it's like, oh, that's it. So, I mean, in the way I've thought about it, because it happened to me when I lost my virginity, or when I reached a certain amount of subscribers on my main channel or something like that. And it's like, oh, well, okay. It's like everything's the same, sort of. Things change, but in many ways they remain the same. And the way I've thought about it is just like make more goals, you know? once you reach it, I just go and just do more. Now I have such a laundry list of ridiculous shit that I'll always be busy, you know? So there's that, but that's sort of a sidestep from getting in a relationship. It seems like there's some survivor's guilt going on because you said you're just a lucky incel. It's like you made it, but many people didn't. And you're tormented by these thoughts of the past of bad experiences with women. Yeah, that's pretty tough. Thank God I know the answers, and never mind, I don't. I'm gonna stop with that whole goofy, ironic stuff. Game doesn't end, it starts. All the hungry ghosts you've collected over your childhood finally get a chance to haunt. Yeah. Yeah, it really, what I've noticed is that it does make you happier, but it generally is just a lot more responsibility, you know? And here's something interesting. I think so many guys, especially in the Zoomer era, are just going to get so accustomed to being alone all the time that having a partner is going to be, I'm going to close this. Having a partner is going to be like, they're just going to get used to being alone and sort of glad to be alone because it's all they're ever going to know. Like, they don't have this natural, like, progression that earlier generations and childhoods had because it's getting so brutal. It's getting brutal. If you don't agree that it's getting brutal, then I mean, you're missing foundational blocks that are going to help you relate to what I'm talking about now. But with TikTok, with social media infiltrating younger and younger groups, kids get smartphones when they're like 10 now, and this ruins relationships and globalizes the dating market, stuff like that. They're not going to have this natural evolution, and communities are going to dissolve, and they're just going to be, being alone is just going to be their natural state. Whereas, you know, previous generations, they get their first kiss in 6th grade, they slowly move up. Oh, she was grinding on me at the 8th grade, you know, dance. And then they have this slow ramp up and they're doing whatever. Not going to happen. These people are just going to be alone, and it's just going to, that their expectations are going to have to be managed, because if not, there's going to be chaos with how many men are going to be completely deprived of this sort of stuff. And here's an interesting black pill. It doesn't really relate to the topic covered here. Let me think about that more. It's complicated, man, and I really do not have answers, but it seems like you came to some acceptance there, where you're like accepting these thoughts, and it's like, cool. But I mean, I can't really say anything that hasn't been said a million times. When you say your thoughts keep on pestering you, if in case you haven't tried meditation or mindfulness, you know, that's what it's all about, is learning how to control your thoughts and stop them. And I genuinely do believe in that. I think meditation is very important. At the very least, even if you're like you're a super doomer guy, which I don't think the person writing is, but if you are watching this, meditation is just a really good cope, and you should just do it. Once you get good at it, it's just like neat. So that's so that's something. Yeah, so that's that, man. Good luck. I hope your relationship stays, because and you know, be grateful, because if this sort of thing does fall through, which happens to a lot of guys, you know, it seems like relationships are just built to fail nowadays. They just start and die willy-nilly. It's like impossible for those to be any like sort of sustainable. But and I hope that doesn't happen to you. But if it does, I think you will, you know, if it does, then you'll look back being like, oh, I had it so much better then, and then you'll be all sad. It's important to have a level of stoicism and detachment and just like try not to be so involved, you know. Read stoicism. I'm going to stop with the advice. I just feel like it's cringe. I don't know, something inside me cringes so hard when I try to give advice. Like I don't know, dude. And I sort of I'm kind of in the self-improvement space on my main channel, and I know for a fact I could probably take some zoomed in pictures when I have a pump and do some like course where I sell workouts or do some like self-improvement dopamine detox course. I could do that and make money, but it's like I physically can't because I do not see myself as that sort of figure. So but back to the black pill I was going to talk about. Men and women live in very different experiences now because women on social media, which they are on at an earlier and earlier age, have a lot of abundance and so many guys just thirsting after them, whereas opposed to men just have nothing. So it's like women and men live a completely different lifestyle. Just compare snap scores to your average girl to from your average guy. Like, you know, so many guys are just sitting there with like 500 snap scores, and you go on every girl's 400,000, a million, 6 million. It's like, dude, I was about to make a joke, and you might infer what it was, but I'm not going to do it. Yeah, but they have 6 million snap score, and these dudes are just sitting there with nothing. They live completely different realities. So even if you do get on a date, it's like the genders are they live so different experiences. They're more politically divided than ever. That's a fact. There's studies showing that. So it's like the gender dynamics are just in the dumps, man. It is wild. It's like, you know, a couple dates I've been on, it's literally like talking to an alien, man. It's a completely different thing. Whereas I think previously they were, there was more chemistry because it was more equalized. So yeah, but yeah, when it comes to this guy, just watch Jordan Peterson, bro. Just watch Jordan Peterson and he'll fix all your problems. Because he's a psychologist or whatever, so archetypal narrative. It's kind of like Kermit the Frog, but it's like lighter. I'm trying to oh man, so stuffy. I'm trying to pinpoint his accent. Slob on my knob, like corn on the cob. Salaciously nut in your pants. I'm gonna stop now.